president of this new online partnership, which is what they're calling it, Harvard and MIT, says this is the biggest change in education since the printing press, which is kind of a big statement. Is he overstating it?
Not in the least. The way in which we educate will forever change. It has forever changed. Online education, especially now that it's gotten the stamp of Harvard and MIT, though they've been in it for a while, it's coming into its own. There was a time when the only people who were online getting an education were the people who wanted the shortcut. I mean, I as someone who's only gone to brick and mortar schools, used to look down upon people who had the same degrees as I have from online experiences. But now that we have more and more what we would consider reputable or established colleges online, the game has changed forever.
Past online attempts have failed. There was Fathom, which was Columbia University and the University of Michigan together. There was All Learn, which was Yale and Princeton and Stanford together. Those have failed. Why do you think that this not only could work but could change education when these others, backed by very fine schools, have failed?
Well, because one, the access itself. We can have access to online education through our smartphones now. We don't have to have the dial-up modems and some of the other challenges that are there. In addition to that, we've seen with some of the proprietary colleges how they've purchased schools that were unknown and within 3 years gone from 200 students on campus to having 65,000 students at one given time learning from their institutions. This is where education is. There was a generation that it came between us and the one that's currently in school that wasn't too comfortable with online learning. Now the real big story is that it's no big deal. We have at our school a partnership with Johns Hopkins University where our primary school, that means all the way down to six-year-olds, are taking online courses with Johns Hopkins University Center for Talented Youth. They take the courses as if it's no big thing because they do everything online. The game has changed forever.
So, you know, Steve and I did a documentary. He was in one of our Black in Americas, and we talked a lot about his students who were taking college-level courses as high schoolers, and it was one of the ways that they really, I think, became very comfortable. All of his students go off to four-year colleges, 100% of his students. It's one of the reasons we did the story. Tell me about the implications that you think then this could have for students like yours, not just the 6-year-olds who are taking this Johns Hopkins courses, but even bigger than that, maybe broader than that.
Well, one of the big sells here is that whether you're a small urban school or you're a school out in the rural area, this gives us all access to the playbook. We can use the information that Harvard is opening up and MIT is opening up to us to offer advanced courses to those children who are in our school. Like, for instance, if I had 4 students who were advanced in English or who are advanced in another subject, I
like
can't
AP
hire
English.
a full-time teacher.
Right.
Right. I can't hire a teacher to come in and just teach those few children, but I can use this to augment what we don't have from a resource perspective. It's amazing what we can do now with our schools. We can actually make the world smaller. One of the goals of what they call this disruptive experience, which is just such a great word, is to educate 1 billion people. It's not even a stretch. That's what can happen. We've seen with people like Sal Khan through Khan Academy.
Yeah. Thank God for Khan Academy. It's how I do 5th grade homework.
You too? So we have seen that you can take information and make it easily accessible. And most importantly, as an educator, I'm no longer limited by the teachers who are willing to drive to my school who live within about a 20-mile radius. I can have access to the best educators on earth, which some of them are at Harvard and MIT.